Hi PoTV, this is Exy, and welcome to this video introduction to the Dukes of Hell game that I've been working on. Been working on it for you guys actually, so I hope you like it. It's a strategy maze building game where we're trying to lure some. Here's the board. Trying to lure these black dots in the middle are some pawns representing the sinners most recently dropped into hell, and there's this grid of spaces. The four players are at these four exits here, and you change the terrain to things that are going to sort of corral these pawns toward your exit and away from your opponents, is the idea. So this sort of stripy beige area is the unimproved terrain, and this gray stuff is pavement, which means that it will um, stay open, passable. So what happens is every turn, every player gets to make place four orders to change the terrain. So let's say that North is going to do some obvious stuff. The main barriers that you would place are lava and water, and they are pretty similar, but in that they are just obstacles. But they have some other properties we'll get into later. So let's have North do something obvious like drop lava between the ponds and all the other exits, but then in the same place they'll put pavement toward a zone, and just try and uh, make things look favorable northward more. East maybe we'll have another kind of concern and try and get pavement, sprinkle some little lily pads of pavement from between the ponds and his exit, because as long as there's pavement close together, then you've got a pretty good shot at building bridges over any lava or water people put in your way. So that'll be East's approach. But oh right, but this game isn't set up so that you start with enough mana to build for pavement on your first turn. And in fact, I don't think he's gonna have enough left over to do anything else interesting. So East will just take 3 actions this turn. South, we'll use South to show the other thing you can do besides just creating sort of cul-de-sacs and mazes uh, for the pawns. You can make your side of hell look really appealing, and because you're a deceitful demon lord, and so you kind of create this garden oasis so you can grow grass and trees, but for those you need water first. You start with water and then you can grow grass around them. So let's just say that's happening. And then for west, what's left? There's traps, but those are kind of expensive. West will just kind of create a general corralling effect by putting some lava on the far side. No, West is avoiding going all the way to the eastern quadrant. So everything that's even partially in this red area will cost West double. So West is sort of more supposed to focus on what's going on with North and South, and once something is headed well east, it's going to be hard for him to reach. And so, because it's extra important to West to control the East, it's also extra expensive, and that's what I've got. So we've got that, and you put some water here. You can't put water and lava next to each other, so if you put some water down here, then that can help to keep some of the lava shenanigans off his back. Okay, so he's done that. Everyone's ordered some orders, so we can advance the turn here. And once that gets processed on the server, which has now, we're just refreshing. So we can kind of get a replay of what happened. So we see, East placed pavement here, West placed lava here, so on. And everyone was ordering different tiles at different times or at a given time. So there was no big conflicts like that. So after everyone's orders resolved, and so everyone's first order, everyone's second order, then the pawns all take one step. They all pathfind again, given the new state, and they figure out which exit looks most appealing to them. Okay, so let's just continue with that idea. North is creating barriers all over, and he likes that these pawns are pretty much northward, except even that guy wants to go north. That guy wants to go east. This guy wants to go south. Okay, so North wants to, so just as a note, so we know these can't end up next to each other, but also putting lava next to existing lava is much, much cheaper, 5 times cheaper than plopping down a new lake of it. So he's pretty stoked on that. So he'll do those, and maybe he should, you know, oops, not a tower. It's the exact opposite. Oh, good. I dragged onto pavement. Uh, Towers are extremely expensive, and they radiate a lot of dread. And dread is the thing that matters most. I can't remember. Did I talk about dread? So the so what matters when these pawns are deciding where to go, much more than anything else, is the sort of perceived dreadfulness of these tiles. And so if you can see these numbers, like there's a 10 on most squares, and if there's dread around these lava tiles, so there's a 17 there. So dread increases the the movement cost of a space, and there's also comfort from grass and trees, and in fact also from exits, although that might be a bad design choice, uh, which reduce that cost. So that's one of the main things that you're concerned about with this game is increasing dread in other players' quadrants and increasing comfort in your own. Okay, so North has done some stuff. East, now East wants to put a bridge across this, but due to some complicated story, you got to have some barriers next to it too. Now, if he can do this, then he'll have finished off his dream of creating lily pads of pavement across the way. And then he should probably do a little offense for once in his life. Okay, so those worked. South. South, may as well stick to his grass growing dream. So once he gets some grass growing, he doesn't want to put the grass here because this lava the lava will wither the grass as soon as it's next to it. So what he should probably do is drop some defensive water here, and he should probably drop that nice and early. That'll stop the lava from spreading toward all this lush grass he's got going here. So we'll see how that goes. He's working on greening things up. And West is just going to continue on with his basic idea of making it look ugly over on that side, and not water. I want dreadful lava. Now, okay, I guess West can go ahead and just take the cheaper option here. Just happens to be what East is going to do too. And he'll extend these toward himself just to help start creating a cul-de-sac that points toward him. And so he also should probably worry a little bit about defense, so he'll drop some pavement there. Okay, so that's the basic idea. I want to take this at least far enough to show you a bridge get built, but I probably shouldn't try to explain all those minutia right now. Okay, so well, let's replay this and let's try and just finish off this one last turn for now, and I'll consider this at least somewhat introduced. So we see some people are building lava in the same spot, and ooh, collision, this guy wants lava at the same time this guy wants pavement, so what happens is they both fail. If 2 players had tried to place lava there and 1 player placed pavement, then the lava would have won. Okay, so we got a couple people headed west, 1 person headed east, and these 5 are headed north. Well, we know that East wants a bridge, so he'll drop that. And East, of course, is not so pleased that these people are headed that way, so he's going to start uglifying that quadrant, and he should extend that barrier and that barrier, and bridge order can go last because there's just no stopping a bridge order once it's possible. And okay, that was East. North, North probably wants to see these guys make it, so he should drop some wonderful stuff. I guess he'll try and just take a page out of East Book, drop some of those, and may as well try and make it a wide path. I don't know. Not a great move exactly, but I'm trying to go quickly. South, this space here will never be lava or water, but that doesn't mean that this won't be. So south is pretty terrified of that getting filled in and of that getting filled in. You'd take like a tower to fill this in, and towers cost 1,000 mana, which probably no player has right now because we're getting an income each turn. So just keep it pretty down here. Just grow as much freaking grass as you can get away with. And then once there's a few grass next to each other, then it's possible to grow a tree, and trees give out shite loads of comfort. This grass is giving out a little. You see that the spaces are like 7, 5, 6 instead of 10. So grass matters in the end because it creates a sort of freebie move area. Okay, west, keep it up west. You're doing a heck of a job. He's gonna do that, and then we should probably plop that down, and maybe he'll just kind of guess there's going to be some shenanigans here, but you start off with some lava over there, and of course these people need to be trapped in, and then we should think about priorities. This one is the one that's probably most likely for people to see someone fighting over that spot maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna commit these, and we'll see the results, and then I'll figure that I've probably talked about this for long enough, and I'm sure I've forgotten a million things to mention, but whatever. I'm doing what I can here. So this there happened, and that happened. Oh, little conflict, another conflict, and they stepped, and that's the state of this practice game. Okay, so I hope I've intrigued you a little bit. I'll put the URL. It's 5foreevil/games/DOH, Dukes of Hell. Here's what a finished game looks like. Actually, that's our first finished game over there. It's pretty exciting. And there you go, Dukes of